Hello, I'm Chris Menard. I have a great Excel video for you today. If you ever have Excel data and it is not in the correct format, you can get what's called get and transform data, also called unpivot columns, to fix the data. I'm actually going to do this twice. The first spreadsheet, which I have running right now, only has one header row, but then I'm going to pop over to another spreadsheet. And if you notice here, row 1 and row 2, it has two header rows, which is a big no-no in Excel, but I'm still going to show you how to fix this. I see data like this all the time from people. But let's go do the easy one first. And down below will be chapters and bookmarks. So if you already know how to do a one header row, then jump to the other one just to save you some time. Let's dive in though right now. One of the issues with this data, if I don't want to sort and filter, I'm actually okay with this spreadsheet. It's got January through December running for my products over in column A. But if I say, okay, I want to sort and I only want to see numbers over 50, I can't do that right now. Or if I want to start filtering the data, I can't do that right now. So let's make the data in the correct format, which is a tabular format. This data should have only 3 columns, one for the products, one for the months, and one for the values. It should also have a total of 36 rows instead of 4 rows. If I highlight the numbers, I've got 36 numbers selected. So let's go ahead and unpivot this right now. So data, on the data tab, then we have a group called get and transform data. And it does say from table range, so I'm inside my data range right now. When I click this, it wants to make it a table, and I do have a header row in the top row, so I'm going to leave that checked. When I click OK, the Power Query Editor will launch. Let me launch it now. There is my data, but I am in the Power Query Editor. If you look up in the very top left-hand corner, it says Power Query Editor. This is where you come and unpivot your columns right here. The first column is actually correct. If I scroll over to the far right, just to prove this, there is December 2022. In case you're wondering what in the world does the ABC mean by product, that's telling me that is text, and the 1, 2, 3 is telling me that these are numbers. So far everything's okay, I just need to unpivot the columns. The first column's right, it's all the 12 other columns that are wrong. So I'm going to right click on that first column, and there are your unpivot options down below. Unpivot columns, unpivot other columns, and unpivot the selected columns. This one you want to do the unpivot other columns. Watch this. There is my 3 columns, and there is my 36 rows of data. If you want to rename these, you can. You can also rename them when we get them back in the Excel spreadsheet. These are actually dates right here. I could change this right now to a date format. So everything's looking good right here. I'm going to hit close and load. And I'm going to get a third worksheet in my Excel file. I had 2 to begin with, and now I've got another one called Table 1. You don't have to leave this running. You can close it. Zoom in just a little bit so you can see what happened here. There you go. But now I can do my sort, largest to smallest, smallest to largest, because I could not do the sorting before, and I could not do the filtering before. There you go. Here we go with the hard one. I see data like this and it drives me nuts all the time. People ask me, hey, I'm trying to do this. And I'm like, okay, you got 2 header rows. That is a big no-no in Excel. So let's go fix this one. Data, same steps to start off, but one really important point. Because you've got 2 header rows, take this check mark out. My table has headers. Make sure it's unchecked. Click OK, and once again, the Power Query Editor is going to start up. It's running. Notice that at the top, I've got shoes, null, null, hats, null, null, on and on. So the first step, that first header row is already messing everything up. I'm going to transpose the data, meaning I'm going to go from this way and flip it this way. So to transpose the data, you go to Transform tab at the top and you hit Transpose. And just to show you this, shoes, null, null, hats should be running down this first column, and then Rep, Chris, Mike, and Don should be running left to right. That is transpose. And it did exactly what I just said it would do. Now I need the shoes to repeat. Notice it's Georgia, Florida, South Carolina, Georgia, but it shoes only once. That's a no-no. So just right click in here on this column. And I want to fill down. So to go shoes, shoes, shoes. Cool? Perfect. Now the next issue we have is up at the very top, column 1, column 2, column 3, column 4, column 5. If you recall when I said go to the data tab, get and transform, make sure you click, make sure you uncheck that we have header rows. And the reason is I just want Rep, Chris, Mike, and Don to be the header row. So that's really simple. Use first row as headers. I'm just going to click on this icon. Columns 2, 3, 4, and 5 should definitely disappear. And they do. Cool. So now I've got header rows up in the top row, and I hope you know what we're going to do from here. Column 1 is correct. I can need to rename it, but it's correct. Column 2 is correct. The issue is I clicked on the Chris column, I held down the Shift key, and I clicked on the Don column. Right click. I want to unpivot these columns. Perfect, right here, good to go. I could rename that, rename that, rename that, and rename that. So we got everything looking exactly the way we want to. Here we go again, Home tab, close and load to. This will be the 4th worksheet in my file. I started with 2, the 2 initial files, and I've done 2 unpivots. Here you go, right here. Real quick, just to show you this, if you want to check some of this data, I normally don't do this because I've done this a lot, but if you're new to this, I would encourage you to do this. I went and highlighted my data. I'm going to go back to where it threw it in the new sheet, go below where it's at and just paste or paste values. I don't care. And then what I want you to do is just to filter by one item. I'm just going to filter by my name. Keep it simple. And then just a quick check. Shoes, Georgia, Florida, South Carolina for me. Chris. Shoes, 285320, 285320. That's all I'm going to check, 4217. It's working. So just do a quick check. I knew it was going to be correct, but if you've never done unpivoting columns before with 2 columns, I would encourage you to do that. I don't need this anymore. That was just a quick check figure. There you go. So now we can filter, sort, make a pivot table because we couldn't do that before with this horrible data right here. I hope you enjoyed this video. Feel free to give me any comments below. Subscribe, ring the bell. Have a wonderful day. I appreciate your time. Thank you.